welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my fourth Project 10 Pan update. So this project is meant to be over at the end of this month, and I'm not sure if I'm going to extend the deadline or just start a new Project 10 Pan with some fresh products and roll over a few from this one. But before we talk about that, I guess we should get started. So to go over where I was after the third update, I had finished 2 of the 10 items, one being the Too Faced Shadow Insurance sample, and the other was actually 2 different face primer samples, a Cover FX primer and a Makeup Forever primer. And in addition to finishing those 2 products, I had one product where my goal was just to hit pan, and I had achieved that at the last update as well. So after my last update, I had 3 down and 7 to go. Since then, I have finished another product, and that was the CoverGirl Clean Foundation in Buff Beige. And I showed that in, I think, my first vlog. I showed you guys that it was empty. I actually depotted some of it into a small pot, and I brought that here with me to Scotland, and I finished it, the first week I was here. There were only a few uses in it. One of my items is the Be a Bombshell Smooth Criminal powder, and I did not bring that with me on this trip, so I can't show it to you. So I'm just taking a break from that while I'm gone because I didn't want to travel with a loose powder, because I just find that they can get really, really messy when you're traveling with them. And it was just a sample size, so you couldn't, close off the holes, so it didn't make a huge mess. So I just brought a pressed powder for my trip, and I'll go back to using that once I get back to the States. So the first item I will show you is the Sephora Smoothing and Brightening Concealer in Light 03. And, as usual, I can't tell how much is left in here. It still comes out. I have kind of changed the way that I've been applying it, though. If you can see, it has like the brush tip. And I've never been a huge fan of these because they get all gunked up with product, and it's kind of hard to use to blend in. So what I've been doing is clicking the product up, putting it on my ring fingers, rubbing my ring fingers together, and then patting it on like that. And I've really enjoyed using it a lot more since I started doing that. I just find it works a lot better. But yeah, this is still coming out strong, and I have no idea how much longer it will last. Next, I'll show you my cream blush, and this is the product where I only wanted to hit pan, and I did hit pan in my last update, but I'll just show you my progress because I'm going to continue to use it until the end of this project just to see how far I can get. So this is the one I've been working on right up here. It's in the shade Candy, and if you can see, the pan has grown. It's kind of hard to tell since it is a cream product, so the pan kind of gets covered up when I rub my finger in there, but I would say it's about twice as big as it was before, and there's still a lot of product in here, so I won't be finishing this anytime soon, but I am still working on it. So next up, I have this black eyeliner. It's just a pencil liner. It's by Noir. I believe I got this in a Birchbox, so that's how long it is now, but I haven't marked it on this card. So you can see I started up here, and now I'm down to here. So in the last 2 weeks, I really didn't make a lot of progress. This, I think, chunk right here was about a month, but I didn't even do half of that in the last 2 weeks. I just haven't been reaching for this liner a lot. I've been really into my gel liner recently, so I've been using that almost every day, and I do use this sometimes in conjunction with that to tightline and stuff like that, but it's not something I've been using every day, so I think I do want to focus on that a little more in the next 2 weeks and take a little bit of a break from the gel liner. But yeah, this is just a pretty basic black liner. I don't really have a lot of complaints. It's not super black, but it works. And I just have so many black pencil liners. I really want to work them out of my collection. Next up, I have this eyebrow pencil from IT Cosmetics. It's the Brow Power, and this is how much I have left. And you can see on the cap, hopefully, where I started. And I think the mark on there was from maybe my first or second update, maybe my second update, because I just wasn't making enough progress to make any marks on it, and I don't have a pen on me now, or I don't have a Sharpie with me, so I can't mark this again, but I have marked it on this card as well, so you can kind of see a little better. Right here, that's where I started, and that's where I'm at now. And I have been using this quite a bit, but I haven't been using it every day. I've been kind of alternating between this and my Too Faced Bulletproof Brows. That's the other brow product I have, and it is a cream, so I want to be continually using it so it doesn't dry out before I can use it up. But I still do want to use up this pencil, so I'm kind of just going back and forth, and that's been working pretty well for me. Then finally, I have 2 lip products. First, I'll show you guys this one. It's the Revlon Juicy Papaya Lip Butter, and this one I had lost for a little bit, so I really haven't made very much progress at all. I did find it before I left my house. It had rolled under the seat of my car. Luckily it was fine though. So if you can see, this is how much I have left. It's like barely under the purple line from the last time I marked this. But yeah, I haven't been reaching for this a lot, obviously because it was lost for a while. And then I just haven't been reaching for it because I've been really concentrating on my other lip product. But if you want to see the progress there, that's where I started, and this third line is where I am now, so there was like barely any difference. I did use it a bit before I had lost it, but it just hasn't been going as fast as I had hoped. Finally, I have my Lipstick Queen lipstick in Saint Pinky Nude, and I've been working on this really hard. I actually found that I've been reaching for it and reapplying it a lot more since I've been over here in Scotland. I'm not sure why, I'm not at work, I'm not sitting at my desk. I've been out walking a lot and I keep this in my purse, so I just find that, I reach for it more. So this is how much I have left. And yeah, it's not a lot, but it's still going very slowly. So if you can see from this last mark, it's about halfway. Half of that has been used up, I would say. That is the mark here on the card. It is a little lower than this last mark because I did film this last week before I went to Paris, and the footage, the color was really off because of the room I was in, I think, so I'm refilming it today. So I did use it a lot in Paris, so I do think this is a little low. So you can kind of see where that pink smudge is. That is actually where I am now. So I really have made a lot of progress, and I think I could finish this in the next 2 weeks. So out of my 10 products, I've finished or met my goal on 4 of them. So these 4 and the powder that I didn't bring with me, that's half the products I'm not going to be able to finish. So I'm not sure if I'm going to extend the deadline on this or just kind of start a new Project 10 pan, start fresh, and maybe not add all of these into it, maybe add some of them, roll them over, and add some new products to mix it up. I think that's probably what I'll do, but I'll let you guys know in the next video. It'll either be a finale or just a regular update. I think I'll do a finale though, and then kind of mix it up just because I am kind of sick of these products. So if you remember, I took a month break from Project Panning. I did use these products during that month, just not as regularly as I would have if I hadn't been taking a break. So that kind of has affected my progress as well. My first Project 10 pan was kind of the same as this one, where I didn't finish most of my products, but my second one went really, really well. And then this one was kind of meh again, so I'm not really sure. I think part of it is just that I don't have a lot of products that are mostly used up to begin with to throw into my projects, because if you don't know, I really got into makeup about 1.5 years ago. So all my products that I own are basically 1.5 years or less old. So I don't have any old lipsticks I've had for 3 years that are worn down at all. So that kind of is one struggle I have with Project Panning, just because I do want to use up my stuff, but it takes so long because almost everything I have is starting from brand new. But as time goes on, I am hitting pan on things that aren't in projects, and I can start to throw those into projects as well, but that's just kind of where I'm at right now. So for my next Project 10 pan, I was actually thinking about not trying to use things up necessarily, but just trying to maybe hit goals, like hit pan like I did on this blush, or try to use up a certain percentage, just see how much I can use up in a set amount of time. I'm not really sure. Let me know what you guys think about that, if you have any suggestions or what you think would be the best way to do it, because starting with like a brand new lipstick, trying to use it up is really hard because I'm not very good at applying, like reapplying throughout the day, and there's just a lot of product to get through. So that's just kind of where I'm at right now with this project and what I'm thinking about for my next one. So like I said, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye!